Hello boys and girls, and welcome along to Cairn Hill Cabin in County Cavan in Ireland. And my name is Margaret McKenna, and today we're going to paint and draw a sunset. And as usual, this came as one of your suggestions. The other day we did a fox, and it was a little bit harder now, the fox was. So this time we're going back to much more painting and the less drawing actually. And this is quite a fun one to do. We're going to need for today, the usual pencil and a rubber, but we're not doing too much rubbing out today. We're going to need two pieces of paper, a paper that we draw on, and we're also going to use a small piece of paper and explain that to you in a few minutes. I'm going to use a little bit of glue and a scissors because that's for the little piece of paper, and also we're going to use paint, of course. And our paint I'm using is poster paint, but you can use acrylic if you wear some old clothes, and we can also use crayons, pencil crayons. You can use any kind of colouring really. Now, so what we're going to do to start with is get our pencil, and as usual I say always hold your pencil really light. So remember, don't hold it tight, hold it nice and light in your hand, okay? Nice and light. Oh, by the way, before I start, if you notice that we have a little quiz, I don't know how you see it on your screen, but I did have a little question there, a few little multiple choice questions. Most of them are very easy. So if you just want to have a bit of fun, I think there's about 4 of them there. You're going to try your hand at them and see how you get on, okay? So just something different. Okay, so we're going to just hold our pencil really light in our hand like that, just nice and light. And then we're going to start by doing a nice definite line across the page. Now this time I'm going to have to do it dark anyway so you can see it, but what I want you to do is to make sure that you hold a pencil light. Even if you do a different line, sometimes it's going to be a bit darker than other times. So we can go a little bit darker than usual for this line because I want you to see it afterwards. So we're going to put a line across the middle of the page. So I'm just going to go in front of it here for a second so I can see if I'm making sure that's across the middle of the page and straight. So I'm going to do a line across like that, and you can do it dark enough so that we can actually see it, okay? And now we're going to go to a very light line, so go really light this time. There's very little drawing in this, so we need a few lines to do. I want to make a circle and make it big enough because this is going to be our sun, and I want it to go right across the middle of that line, like that. Now I'm going to make this a bit darker, okay, so you can see it because you won't see it where you are. So you go make this nice and light, okay? So this is going to be light for you, but I'm doing it dark. So can you do it like that? And it goes right across that line, see? Can you see that now? Okay. And then we're just going to put another dark line, and this is going to be dark now, this line, and we're going to bring it up like that. So this sun is going to be very light line. This is going to be very light anyway in this joint, but the rest of the lines you can do a bit darker than usual and then we can rub this line out in here. Just that line now, okay? So this is going to be very light and the rest are dark. Remember that, okay? Now I'm going to put in the bottom of the boats. So the bottom of the boats, don't worry about the sails for now because we're going to use our little piece of paper for that afterwards, okay? So we're going to put like a little rectangle like that. Go up down about that far and make a little pointy bit on the edge like that. Little rectangle though with a little pointy bit there. Just like that, a little long shape, okay? There's only 3 of these to draw, and then we've all our drawing done, so it's quite an easy one we're doing today. So, and then we do another one like that, okay? Now, and the last one we're going to do is going to be like this. So these lines can actually be dark for a change, which is not like what I usually say. I usually say to make it really light. So this is going to be light. So just remember to keep this nice and light, okay? All the time. Now, what I'm going to do next is we're going to actually start to paint. So, let me see where we're going with this. I hope you can all see okay, because I don't see anybody's thing coming up here. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and I'm not really sure then who can see it or not. Okay, so hopefully, I'm assuming you all can. So I'm going to get a nice middling sized brush, and we're going to start with the yellow of the sun. So get the nice bright yellow. This is my yellow poster paint. So as I say, you could use acrylic paint, you could use crayons, anything, any kind of colouring really. So we're going to use it nice and light there, so nice and yellow. And we're just going to paint in the sun. like this. Now remember, this line you've done nice and light, not dark like me. I had to draw it dark so you could see it. But just for this picture, what I might do is, just to show you, see now that you can see the sun, you can see the yellow here, I'm going to rub it down a little bit, just so that now that you know that it's there, because I don't want it to have it too dark in mine either. But you won't, yours will be very light, so it'll be very easy to rub out. But I just want you so you can see it, okay? Just a little bit, so it's very light. So I just want to have it really light. Now, I'm going to paint that in, this half circle here in yellow as well. Little bits there still. And now, see that? Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep our yellow paint, and we're going to go lots of little. Can you imagine doing lots of little lines like that across the page? Look, lots of little lines. Let's just do lines and lines and lines and lines like that down the middle, like that, just underneath the sun. I'm going to go to the side a bit. I'm going a bit to the one side, haven't I? That's the trouble when you don't go in front of your picture, you can do it all sideways. It's only when I look in there and I say, oh, it's gone a bit to the side. So there we go. Okay. Now, so we're going to get nice and light down there like that. Now we're going to mix our orange. So we're going to mix our yellow and our red. This is quite a fun picture, really. So we're going to, don't put too much red in it because it goes very, very red. So, okay. And we're just going to go right behind the sun like that. Make a bit more red, actually. Maybe just a bit more red. We want to make it slightly different from the sun. All the way across. This is quite fun. We can go a bit over the. We can go a bit over the. Just a little bit over the sun like that. Just like that. And it doesn't matter if we go and hit our. Don't try and just. It doesn't matter if we hit our little hill. That's going to be our mountain or little hill there. Don't mind that. It doesn't matter if we bang into that. Just keep going across straight and keep the lines nice and straight across the page. That's very important. And we're going to do exactly the same underneath here, underneath our line. Remember the line we drew here? We drew a line there earlier on, and that was kind of a little heavier than our normal line. And if it isn't, if you've just joined, you can just make it a little heavier. Remember, you can always look back at this later on. And we're going to just do it. Now, we're going to put all the yellow down to there. All the orange, I mean. Orange is the red and yellow together. Doesn't matter if we hit our boats. Don't mind if you hit the boats, because the boats are going to be done in dark. So if you go in on top of the boats, that does not matter. Hi, Carol. Would like to paint a black Labrador lying down in a garden. Okay, I'll put that in the hat for the end of the class. I have a few collections. Oh yes, don't forget, people. Boys and girls, if you have any suggestions, let me know, because I'll put them into my little tub. Here's my tub here. You can hear them in there, and I'll pick one out at the end of the class. So I'll put that in a black and white. I have a retriever as well in there too, so I've got 2 dogs. Now, okay, so we're going to come across here. Don't mind if you hit this. Don't be afraid. Don't mind if you go in on top of your boat. Don't try and go around it. Just go across it, okay? Just like that. So and now what you can do is you can bring a couple bits of the orange into that like that. Just flicking it in like that. Look, yeah, just like that. So keep this nice and round, and this bit can go in a little bit like that, okay? And I see if you have this little quiz there, you can join in. I don't know how you see the quiz or not, because it's the first time I've done it, so I don't know where you'll see it on the live stream. But there's a little quiz with just a little fun quiz. You can give it a go. So we're going to go to our yellow. So we're going to wash the brush a little bit now, and we're going to go bring our yellow back on. And we're going to put a little bit of yellow underneath here like that. Just not too much, not as much as the orange. Just like a line of it like that. And we're going to do a line of it up here like that. Just like that. Okay. Now, so we've got our yellow, we've got our orange here, and then we've got a yellow on each side. So same, and why are they the same? Because this is the water and it's reflecting. Because you're seeing the same, it looks like upside down. That's like an upside down of what's up there. So you've got your orange and your yellow, and now we're going to do our blue. But what we're going to do is we're going to get our blue, but we're going to put our blue starting from the top. We're not going to put it up here. We're going to start from the top doing it. Okay, so watch this. So I'm going to get the blue. Here's my blue, and I'm going to put it up here, quite dark at first. Okay. I'm going to bring it some of the way down, so I'm not starting it near the yellow. I'm starting it, I just have tape on the here to hold this in, because, so don't mind that. That's just because that was coming up off the edges there. So I'm just going to bring it down to about, so leaving a space there. That's important. Keep the space. So we'll work down from the top. We're coming down near the yellow, but we're not at the yellow yet, okay? We're just down away from the yellow still, so keep away from the yellow. And we're going all the way across the page all the time, okay? Across the page. Keep the cross lines, okay? So you can make it a bit darker at the top, actually, so I'll bring some of that darker. I want to bring it up nice and dark at the top. And now, see where I've left a white line there? So keep that white line for now, okay? Keep that white line. And now we're going to go down to the bottom of the page, and we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to do the dark at the bottom of the page. So now we've got the dark at the top, and we've got the dark at the bottom. And we're going to bring it up a bit of the way. Just keep going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. And you can go a little bit in on your yellow, a little bit there too. You can pick it into the yellow. And we're leaving a little space in here. See the two little spaces? So we've got a space of white there. We've got a space of white there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wash my brush. So I'm going to wash my brush now. And I'm going to get some white over here. So I've got a white on this tray here. And I'm going to start with the top. Nice lump of bit of white. I'm going to drag the white in between the two. See? Like that. So it kind of melts up into the two of them. And then just let it melt. Then just let it go back up into the blue. Like that. So you get that bit, if you look at the night sky and the sunset, you get that really, really strong colours. And then there's that kind of light bit in the middle. Next time you go out and look at a sunset, you'll see it. And this is sort of light bit, and then it kind of starts to get dark, because remember, it's coming to night time. So the further up you get, it gets darker. To draw a pug, there's lots of dogs. So maybe we'll do a picture with a couple of dogs in it. It might be an idea. And a panda in a tree. Okay. Okay, that's great. I have put all this. Hi, Margaret and Kira. Kira, that's Kira's. Lovely. I'll do that. Great stuff. I'll put them in the suggestion box before the end of the class. And now I'm going to do exactly the same here. We're going to get our white, and we're going to put the white in between our yellow and our blue again. See? Look. And our white in between our yellow and our blue here. So now we've got a white there and a white there. And that's nearly all our sunset that's done. But we're going to do one more. We're going to do some clouds now. This is going to be a very quick picture compared to, because there's a lot less drawing in it. So, but it's a nice little picture too. So we're going to get our yellow and our red and our blue. Sorry, a red and our blue. So I'm going to just wash my brush. Take that off. I'm going to get our red here like this and our blue like that. I'm going to make a purpley colour, because if you ever notice the clouds at night or in the evening sunsetty sky, they often look kind of purple. They have a kind of a purpley colour to them. And I'm just going to, and look how I do my brush. See how I hold my brush really light? And I'm just going to do that. Just put it along like that. So it's just red and blue, and you can just bring it along like that. Is it quick if you want to join in, and you can answer some questions. I just did it for a bit of fun. Some of them are very easy. Some of them are a little harder. There's 5 comments there. I just want to see if I can see the comments. Can't see any more at the moment. I only see some of the comments at a time. I know Tammy's made a comment there, but I can't see it. I'll have a look at when the class is finished, so don't worry. I'll catch up with all the comments. Some of them they don't come scrolling through like I thought they might, but so look. So and you can make the clouds the way every way you want. You can put them different. Oh, there's hi Lisa. So there we go. See, you can just push them along like that. Nice roundy motion like that. Look. So it's roundy. Imagine you're like mixing around like that. And that's how you make your clouds. But you can make your own clouds. I mean, those clouds are different from those clouds. So you can make what way you want to put your clouds, okay? So I'm going to use a little bit of black, actually. I meant to say I was going to use black, and I forgot about that. Where's my black? I have a little bit over here. Yes, a little bit of black. A little bit of black paint. And I'm just going to get it for the across the land here like this. Look. So this little bit of a hill we drew earlier on. I'm going to paint that in black, because this this really looks really dark because it's up against the sky. It looks like what's called a silhouette. And do you know what a silhouette is? Silhouette is when you have something up against a really bright light and you can't really see it, so it looks like a big shadow. So if you stood in front of a light, you'd look like a silhouette because you'd be all dark. Like that. And we're going to colour in our boats as well. And remember, the boats now you'll be able to see because you did them darker than you usually do. So it'll be nice. Now. So a dark boat here. And we have a boat. Do you see? No, I don't see any more. Okay, another boat here. Like that, okay. Now, was it a black Labrador? All right. Just checking what you want to see. A black Labrador, pug, and a panda. I'm going to put them in my box later on, before the end of the class. So we'll see what comes out. There's a few more suggestions there already, so we'll just pick one out. Okay, so I'm going to colour this in nice and dark. And now that's kind of our basic picture done first, okay? Now, what I'm going to do next is just leave that for a moment, and I'm just going to put it to the side for a minute, because what I want to do next is I want to get my other piece of paper. And we're going to, well actually, I'll just leave it, hold on a second now, just have to get myself sorted here. Yes, get a background, just put this on it like that, just so I can get our piece of paper. Now, okay, so I'm going to cut out 3 sizes of the thing. So I might just bring this back for a minute. So I want to see, we're going to get a sail for here, and a sail for here, and a sail for here. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 3 triangles. So I'm just going to look at the size of that. So I'm just going to, I'll mark 2 little, like that size. So I'll make a nice, so about, I'll turn it this way. I'm going to make a nice big sail like that. Okay. And then I'm going to make another one over here. So we'll make another one a little bit smaller. So I'll make a slightly smaller triangle here. We'll make it about here. So make it a little bit smaller than that one. Like that. And then we make one a little bit, tiny bit smaller again. Or we can make it bigger. It doesn't matter because some of them are bigger. So maybe we'll make it a bit bigger. Like that. So we're going to make 3 triangles like that. Make them kind of narrow and high. And we're going to just cut them up, cut them out. Actually, we might paint them first. Actually, it might be easy to paint them. Because sometimes it's hard to paint them when you don't. So I put a red one. And I put the big one red. But you can do whatever colours you want to do them. So I'm going to put this one red. Now, it's really up to you what colour you put them. A bit more paint on that. It's not a very strong red, that. It needs another coat really, but shall we leave it for now and come back and paint it later on? You can always, some of the colours you get in the poster paint, some of them are much stronger colours than others. I'm going to leave one of them white, and I'm going to paint the other one green. So I'll make this one green. So now I could give that another coat afterwards of paint, but I'll leave it for now. I'll just do it like this. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to cut these out. I'll start with the white one, because it's going to be on its own over the side. I'm going to get a bit of glue. I use this kind of glue. You can use Pritt stick or any kind of glue if you find. Get a bit of glue out of it. It's coming to the end of its life, this glue is. I think there's very little glue left. Oh no, there's loads actually. There we go. Now, stick that on, and we're going to put that over here. And you see why I did this, do you see what I did there? If I had gone and not cut these out, I would have had to actually paint around them, and that's much harder. Hello, Abby. In the Isle of Man, lovely. Wow, what's it like over there? I've always wanted to go over there, and I've never been to the Isle of Man, and I'd love to go there. Someplace I'd love to really go. I've never been there, and it's not that far away at the middle of the Irish Sea. It's close by. Our Manx neighbours. Hello, and so. The reason is because if we put the sails, if we draw the sails, we have to paint around them. It makes the sky not look like it's behind anything. But never try and draw around something that's behind it. So there's the sky, and it's going right behind that sail now. Look, you see it's coming out this side. You didn't go up with the paint and down the paint And now it looks much better. So we're going to do the same with the other one. We're going to get our I'm letting things fall here, don't mind me. Just disappeared off camera there for a minute. That's the trouble about live streaming. You let things fall. And here we go. We're going to just get a little bit of our green one, okay? And I'm going to put a bit of our glue on that. And I'll put the glue with the green one, this one on first, the smaller one on first. And why? Because it's behind the other one. So obviously this one is going to go first. And I'm putting it a little bit higher than the boat. See, I'm not sticking it right on top of the boat. See, there's a little gap. And that's because the sail is a little bit up off the boat. And we're going to do the last one now, which is our big red one. I'd say I could probably give this another coat of paint, but I'll leave it for now. And we'll put it up on the thing. So I'm letting everything fall today. Butterfingers today. Don't mind me. It's one of those days. Everything's just falling on me. So I'm going to put a bit of paint, a bit of glue on this. And now, this is going to go here like that. And now we've got our 3 sails in a row. Okay? Now, put a bit of a mark on that one, but don't mind. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get my pencil and I'm going to draw a line down the middle of each sail like that. And this is a dark one. And I'm going to go right into the middle of the boat with it. So through that space, and I'm going to do the same here like that. And I'm going to go the same over here like that. See, like that there. Now, what I want to do is, there's a couple of things missing. And one of the very important things that's missing is the reflection. And because if you see the boats up in this water here, they have a reflection. And how we do that is very, very easy. We just get the colour that we've been using. So we'll do our black boats first. So we'll just get our black that we've been using here already. Whichever is where I put my black is another good question. That's the trouble with trying to do things when you're... here we go. Here we are. So, black paint, a little bit of black, very little on it. You have it on it and you nearly take it all off. So you just dab it on something. And very light. Don't make this hard. Make this really light, okay? And little down like that, look. See, like that. And going down. See how I'm going down? I'm not going across. I'm going down. I'm going down here like that, just a little bit, and down like that. I'm not going too long. See, I'm only going a little bit. It's only about the same size as the boat. You can do a little bit under the hill too as well. But it's only going to be like a line, like a fuzzy little line along there. Just do a tiny little bit. Don't go too much with that. Only a little tiny bit on the hill. Tiny bit. So now, just a little down. Now, what we do next is we see what colour the sail is. So what colour is the first sail? The first sail is a red sail. So we're going to go like this. And we're going, what way do we go? Go down. So we go down, and don't have too much, just like that. Too much paint on that brush, you know? Very little paint on there. Just scrape it down like that. Don't have too much on it. I'll put a little bit more water. It's too dry even for me. So just a little bit like that. Do it just like that. There, look. And you leave a little space too, because remember there's a little space in there. Like that, okay? And now we're going to get our green. So we're going to get our green paint and do exactly the same for this one. A little space, and then we're just going to go down. Just go down a bit of the way. Don't go to the bottom of the page. Just like that. Okay? And then we're going to get our white paint. Now remember, you can always look back at this later on. So it's, you know, if you miss a little bit, don't worry. And then we're going to get our white paint. And this is down. So remember that you go down all the time. Like that. Now, the last bit of the water we're going to do is we're just going to go back and get our blue paint. And we're just going to do a few blue lines through it like that. Look. Just a few blue lines like that. Straight across. And that makes it look nice and still and watery looking. And this is a really good trick for when you're doing water later on too. So you get that nice reflection-y water, and it looks like there's nice ripples in the water. Like you'd get, you know, looking on a lovely, lovely summer's evening across a lake or the sea. And the last little bit really we have to put in is our birds. So let's see, where are our birds? So I'm just using a black pencil crayon, and all you do for birds is, I'll do it on this page first. So how do you do birds? They're very easy, and I'll do it on this first. So all you do, this is much bigger than you'll do it now. You do it like that and like that. Okay, so I'm going to put one up here like this, and I could do another one going the other direction like that. So we could have another one going that way, and then I'm going to do the smaller one maybe over here like that. And now you have your birds flying on a lovely sunset summer's evening. Looks like a summer's evening, so that's probably when you'd be out in the boats on a summer's evening. So that's it, and I hope you really enjoyed it, but we're not finished yet because we have to put in our suggestions first into our thing. So I'm going to just put them in. We have a panda. Okay, stick that in there. Let's see, panda. We have our black. So I'm just having to look and see what is black Labrador in garden. Actually, we have a flower garden to do, so I could put that one with the dog with the Labrador. That would be a good one, and the pug. Okay, so there we go. There's our other suggestions in the box, and if you have any more, please let me know. And so I'm gonna. There they are. You can hear them all. There, I can't hardly see them because they're all in the bottom there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to close my eyes. There they are. I can't even pick one up now. Okay, here's one here. Let's see what I've got here. Oh, we've got this is from the last class. This is from a barn owl in a tree at night. Oh, that could be quite nice. That could be quite nice to do. We can have the tree and the barn owl, and we could do a nice. We could do it and make that quite nice. So we could. So that will be on. Today is Saturday, so I'm doing them on a Saturday, a Tuesday, and a Thursday. So if you come along on a Tuesday, please do. Really look forward to having you, and I hope you enjoyed it today. And see you soon. And please share the video, or feel free to share it to anyone you know, because I say that's hopefully trying to keep you busy during this time, this rather strange time. So it keeps all the children active and doing things. So if you want to answer those little questions, do please. And I'll see you again. Bye, and thanks so much again for coming along. Bye bye.